Alright, bro, today in this video, we're gonna be reacting to Cube Inc. And trust me when I say this, bro, Cube Inc. is such a good YouTuber. And this video got 71,000 likes and 3 million views. And this was made 2 months ago. He got it in 2 months. And make sure you subscribe to him, bro. I already know this video is gonna be a W video, so I'm just gonna click the like button. And let's zoom in and watch this video.
Imagine owning the largest Roblox game,
Alright.
ranking millions of dollars
What?
and billions
900 mil.
only to lose it all. Sadly, this happens to many beloved
True.
games, and for reasons you might not expect.
Yeah, true,
So,
that happens to
find
a
out
lot
why
of
this
games.
happens and how to prevent it, we need to dive into the stories of fallen Roblox games. Beginning with Meep City.
Oh my god, I
Wow,
hate that game.
That looks different.
I really hate
Meep
Meep City. I kind of...
Alex Neutron quickly became a rising Roblox
I
star.
don't really like roleplay games.
But wait a minute. You may be wondering how a game this plain blew up in 2016. A time when games like this
Jailbreak! Murder
were
mystery.
on the rise. Alright. Let's throw our preconceived notions out the window and
Alright.
actually analyze the game.
How Meep
Despite
City
having
became
a
number
basic
1.
design, the game had
Alright.
infinite things to do. You can track,
Okay.
work combo jobs, and
Alright.
start a family. With zero rules, players were
Zero
fully in
rules?
control, which hopefully won't backfire. But even with all this, Alex wanted to give players something to grind for. Money. So he added
Money.
mini games to keep players playing, like puzzles, races, fishing, you name it.
What the-
Overall, the game was a nice way to have a break from your troubles.
Look how amazing that looks. Oh my goodness.
Meep City is officially a year old. Most of Alex's games were
Nah.
by then. But
Yeah,
Meep
true.
City's endless gameplay made it stand out. But to prevent players from losing interest, the devs added one important feature: parties. This allowed you to invite
Bro,
your
I
friends to
swear,
your
if
house
there's
and have a
slenders in this video, I'm just
totally
gonna die.
innocent feature that definitely won't be.
Bro, what are you yapping about?
Yeah,
What?
it's probably nothing.
Oh, that's the creator of Meep City. Wait.
Totally innocent feature that definitely won't be.
Bro,
This guy's in block fruits right now.
yapping about.
Yeah, it's probably nothing. After 2 years of consistent updates, Alex broke the limit of how big a Roblox game can get.
What?
The updates
169
themselves
k?
weren't the craziest, but the main thing carrying the game was parties. Since
Parties.
players can host their own games, Meep City
Wow.
became more player-driven and infinite, which made it the first
Alright.
game to reach 1 billion visits. And
What?
of course, his fans were proud.
The online data overlord.
What? Oh, no. No, shut up, bro. No.
my god, no please.
But why?
Are we looking at the same thing here? Time for an investigation. Surely
Alright.
a game this innocent couldn't possibly get this much hate.
But this video is such good editing.
But aren't parties the reason why the game is so popular?
What? Bro, nah,
Why did
that's
I
too
open
sus.
that?
I just saw slenders. I
Yes,
hate
parties
slenders.
were crucial for the game's success, but at the same
Why?
time, made the game very unsafe for children. Cause the parties had questionable items that
What?
enabled this kind of behavior. I mean, what do you expect when a game has zero rules and is completely controlled
Oh
by
my god.
Despite this red flag, Alex continued to grow his game with the issues
Alright.
in the back of his mind, but at what cost? As the numbers rose, so did the dangers. I really hope something is done about this, otherwise who knows what'll happen.
Danger, keep out. Who's this?
Due to the insane backlash, exploiters had a motivation to attack the game.
Oh, Tubers93. I know this hacker. This hacker hacked Meep City.
At this point, Alex had two options. He can either remove parties to save his reputation, or maximize his growth by harming more children.
Keep harming kids?
Although he can't control what players do, his ignorance of the game's rules and features certainly played a part, leading to one final blow.
No!
With his biggest game that he spent years on dead, Alex was confined to one last option. Although it wasn't ideal for performance, it was the right thing to do.
The casino contest is live at Circle K.
Bro, what is
It's your
this
chance
ad?
to win big. With over 1.4
Skipped it.
Surprisingly, Alex got his game back, but with some consequences. Without parties, the game was 90% less popular, but I guess it was worth it for the safety of players.
Yeah, true.
But even with this change, the game still has these kinds of people. I guess the damage was already done. Now that was a pretty big game, but what about a game 10 times its size?
Oh no!
Also
Oh, I know
without
this game.
smoke? How is that even
Pet
possible?
Simulator.
To truly understand how, we need to find what makes
No,
old games never
this is a natural
die.
disaster.
But to do this, we need some help from our sponsor, War Thunder, which also never died out. It's a free-to-play
War Thunder.
epic military action game with ground
Okay, we're just gonna skip this.
all the more chaotic, just like NDS. The game forces you to survive random disasters in random maps. As
Yeah,
simple as
I played this so
seems,
much
it makes
times.
so much room for random chaos. Even to this
Bro, I
day,
love this game.
funny memes are still being made about it. With various locations and a huge player base, you're constantly on edge in battle. You'll never know when you'll get blasted by a guided missile, drone, or a nuclear. One person gets chosen as the murderer,
mystery,
but has
murder
to hide
mystery.
it. You never know who the murderer is, or when they'll strike. It's a game of bluffery, and you're always on edge, which makes it more exciting the more you play it. And just like
How did
Roblox, it's
bro
free
make
on
that
all
trick
devices.
shot?
So download War Thunder right now with the link below.
Oh my
and if
God.
you haven't played for at least 6 months, not only will you get free vehicles for a week, free skins with them, 100k silver lines, free premium vehicles, and a week of premium. But I'll also give someone 10,000 Robux. You don't want to miss it. Anyways, with all this in mind, it's time to move on to phase 3. Wow, 3 times did this massive game get abandoned. 3 times, even Meep City still updates. Our story begins when 17-year-old Preston had a goal. A goal to make as much money as possible from Roblox games, so he spent months on a new game, Pet Sim. The aim was to collect money with your pets, and use that money to get even better pets and zones to earn more money. The game immediately took off, thanks to how colorful and grindy it was. Players spent thousands of dollars and hundreds of days grinding for the best pets.
Oh man, that's a lot. Wow.
But as
Mr.
time went
Beast?
by,
No, that's not
Preston
Mr.
got
Beast.
tired of making the same updates over and over again. So, to fix this...
I'm gonna kill my game to make a sequel.
You're joking, right?
Surely it has to do good.
You may be wondering how a sequel to a massive Roblox game failed. I mean, the game is also colorful and grindy, so how could this even happen? Well, compared to the previous game, Pet Sim 2 barely had any zones to grind for. This caused players to not only get bored, but also mad, cause by paying Robux, you can access the next update, which was kinda unfair. But the biggest problem was broken promises. After months of hype, Preston abandoned the game after 4 updates, mainly because of how hard it was to make something this perfect. You can't make promises you can't deliver on. With the fall of Pet Sim 1 and 2,
Alright.
it's time for Preston to retire the Pet Sim brand.
He made Petsim
Despite
RX.
finding instant success, Preston made a few blunders, causing Petsim to vanish. So at this stage, most devs would throw in the towel and peacefully retire.
So, what was that about me retiring?
Rather than fully killing the franchise, Preston adapted and learned from his mistakes. For many months, he carefully crafted a new game, Petsim X, a combination of Petsim 1 and 2, but with way more zones and pets during release.
Yeah, this game I used to play so much.
And unlike last time, Preston had all the ideas ready to go. But to actually turn them into updates, the team had an interesting strategy. Rather than stressing on making each world perfect, they made each zone smaller, which allowed them to make more of them in total. When it comes to Roblox games, players don't expect perfection. They just want to have plain fun.
True.
Following the successful release, every week he added better and better pets, each getting more difficult to grind for. Oh, and not to mention the occasional Easter eggs, which always got players talking.
Cheers to the start of an incredible journey.
But in the midst of all this, there's still one question that hasn't been answered. Instead of wasting time on a whole new game, why not simply change the old one? Well, here's a hint.
What is
By
that?
making a new game, he had a reason to build more hype, which means more money. I mean, it makes sense, considering these new game passes make it very unfair for poor players. So now the question is, what happens when a money-hungry owner has a growing Roblox game?
Introducing Petsim X NFTs.
What?
Time to get the game deleted, I guess.
Okay,
Alright.
to fully understand this issue, we need to go back to the reasons why games never die. A big reason being a safe environment. Sure, Petsim looks cute on the outside. You hatch pets, upgrade pets, and use them to get rich. But if you look into it, the game sort of promotes gambling. Imagine spending millions of Robux for a slim chance of getting an OP pet. Only to be disappointed. This drained thousands of dollars from kids. Out of rage, they did some digging and learned about Preston's history of games.
Why should I spend my time and money on a game that'll likely be abandoned?
True.
Sure, games like Blox Fruits and Murder Mystery have gone months without updates, and players still love them. But that's because those games have no end goal, making them last forever.
Yeah.
But in Pet Sim, once you grind all the way to the final zone,
They're the same. They're all the same.
Bro, what is this ad?
what's there left to do? But surely none of this matters as long as he keeps updates coming. Right? Ignoring all the drama, he continued to add stronger pets and better worlds. Who could have guessed? But most importantly, a 10,000 Robux game pass allowing you to equip infinite pets instead of the usual 8. Which may seem good, but the problem is, the ability expires in 72 hours. Nice one, Preston. But after this, things took a sharp left turn. The game completely slowed down on updates. This was a massive problem considering how repetitive and formulaic the gameplay was. Without new worlds, most players had time to reach the final zone and completely stop playing.
True. That is true.
Following a sharp decline in players, Preston returned with a few interesting updates here and there, but this was only short-lived. Which begs the question, at the height of it all, why is he now abandoning his game? Well, for one, the more money he
What?
makes, the more
No.
comfortable he gets, which means he wouldn't grind as much. Cause if you compare him to other legends, there's a big difference. For example, Rip Indra grew the largest Roblox game by helping players, putting his heart into updates, and making the most insane experience for content creators, regardless of how big his game gets. But on the flip side, Preston makes a cash grab update once a month and dips. Instead of making the best experience for others, he's focused on making the best money for himself. So it's much harder to be truly passionate, causing him to give up after some time. And even doing selfish things, like striking games inspired by him. But what if I told you, those aren't even the biggest reasons for the game's decline. You see, Preston's initial idea was good, but it's basically the same process a billion trillion times. Once your brain finds a pattern in something, you're inevitably gonna be less interested. The main
True.
idea sets an expectation for successful simulators, a never-ending cycle of the same mundane task. But since Preston started this whole trend, it's time for him to end it. And if you don't know what I mean... Welcome to Pet Sim 99. Unlike his last free games, almost every world has a custom minigame that gives you something to do. And although the game does have gambling, the devs made up for it in an interesting way. Instead of spending thousands of Robux on game passes, you can trade pets for diamonds, which you can then use for special power-ups, like equipping more pets and more pet damage. Plus, once you're at the final zone, you still have all these extra side quests, which players actually turned into a fun competition. With more community bonds, Preston was motivated to pour his heart into updates and make them spectacular. So, despite his history, we should all give him another chance to make something great, as long as he continues to learn and adapt.
That is true. Alright, so that is the end of the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye bye.